Alright, welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're going to do something fun for us, and hopefully fun for you. As part of RV travel, we get to, like, you know, go all over the country and try things that are specific to that area, which is one of our favorite parts.
What she's trying to say is that we get to drink a lot of beer from different parts of the country that's not sold anywhere else.
Don't forget about whiskey. But today, it's about beer.
Beer!
What you'll see in this episode, we're gonna taste the beers. We're gonna rate the beers. And we're also going to quiz each other on very important beer trivia. Get pumped. So, we are currently in Southwest Colorado, and while the beer choice this evening was not actually from Southwest Colorado, we did pick a beer that is only available in Colorado, which means you can't get it anywhere else in any other state, so it also seemed like a perfect
Well, we
beer
didn't
to try.
pick one beer, we picked 4 beers from the same brewing company.
From the same brewing company.
So we bought a variety pack from the grocery store because right now, COVID-19. It was called a trail pack containing 4 different varieties of beer from, is it called Native Colorado?
Colorado Native.
Colorado Native.
And technically, that is not the brewery. The brewery is AC
Colorado? It's AC Brewing Company. Even though it's owned by Miller's Coors, it's like a testing ground for them to try out beers that they might potentially want to launch under a different name with Miller's Coors.
And I believe, so this beer is the only one that is brewed with 100% Colorado ingredients. Yes. Alright, so here are the beers. Beer number 1.
Beer number 2.
Beer number 3.
Beer number 4.
So it's an amber, an IPA, a golden, and a Pils. Alright, we don't know a whole lot about beers, but we're going to learn a little bit about beers, and maybe you'll learn a little bit about beers along with us. And if you, like us, don't have that finely tuned beer palate, maybe this is the kind of information that you'll find most useful.
Or maybe it'll just be fun to watch.
And watch us get drunk. Alright, what are we starting with?
We've got Colorado Native, good as golden.
So we're going to split this. Now, what do we know about golden beers?
I know that I've had them before.
Yes, we have.
On here it says, so you want a beer? Well, you have arrived at the right place. Remarkably clean and crisp. It's the real deal for living up those Colorado days. Alright.
I like it kind of foamy, though. Don't get too...
Alright.
I like to see the foam. I heard that if you pour it, if you pour the beer out and you don't like have enough foam on the top, all that foam goes in your belly, and that's why beer sometimes makes you feel really full.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true at all. I saw it on the internet, I think. Whoa!
Smell it first, right?
I didn't taste it.
By the way, I am drinking out of a whiskey glass.
This is a wine glass.
Because we live in a travel trailer, and we only own 2 glasses. Yeah. Mine's a whiskey glass.
So it's like, I don't know.
I don't smell much of anything. Do you?
It smells like beer. A very light beer.
I have a terrible sense of smell.
Yes, he does.
Let's drink it.
Alright, let's drink it. Oh, what's that flavor? See, there's a flavor. It would be helpful if I could tell you what it is. It has a very light, slightly fruity...
Yeah, it's got like a fruity, maybe banana-y, malty flavor. Caramel, maybe?
It's got more flavor than a Pilsner. In general, like if we're just out on a Friday night, we'll usually just get
Usually
something
when
light.
we buy beer for home, it's cheap beer.
Yeah.
When we go out, we try different craft beers.
Yeah.
Do you like this one?
I do, although I feel like it's a little... I think I could get tired of it.
Yeah.
I've had Goldens before. I always tend to like them because they're also on the lighter end of beers.
They make me want a Pilsner, usually.
Yeah.
That's
like,
the problem with them. Like, I can go really dark, or, you know, I could go with a good wit beer. Or there's a million ways to change it up. But I think usually when I have a golden beer, it just makes me want a Pilsner.
If I had to put it like on the beer scale of whether or not you would like a golden, if you like Pilsner and also like wit beers, this is like sort of in between those two places, and
Yeah.
it's a nice Lighter, that is lighter, not as heavy as a wheat or a wit or a Belgian. I will say, it is a very clean golden. Like I said, I've had some other golden beers before, and I do like this one, this brand.
Yeah.
Colorado Native is good. It's golden.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start with our first trivia question.
Yeah.
Non-alcoholic beers typically contain as much alcohol as which piece of fruit?
Banana.
That is one of the options.
Okay.
So we'll find out if he's right. It is banana.
Hey, I guessed. I totally.
Congratulations.
I had no idea.
What's next?
We've got Colorado Native Amber. It says right on the bottom there, available only in Colorado. It says, here's a beer for any Colorado occasion. Sessionable, yet flavorful.
What is sessionable? I don't know.
Crisp, malty sweetness, balanced hoppiness. You'll like it, possibly love it, maybe even smuggle it.
5.5% alcohol by volume. 38 IBU. What's IBU mean?
Yeah, I don't even know what IBU means. Look it up on your phone.
International, maybe not international.
Bitterness.
Bitterness
units.
Something
bitterness units.
Yeah, so the higher that number, I think it's between 1 and 100, and the higher that number is, the more bitter the beer is. So this one is a 38, which I would say is definitely less than an IPA, but more than a Pilsner.
All right, let's pop that top.
Ooh, very foamy. Whoa!
Oh, it's gonna go over the top. No. That's a lot of foam.
It's extremely foamy. But the bubbles should be slightly inconsistent. What do you call it? Rocky? Like the Rocky Mountains. And this definitely has a lot of different sizes of... Our poor trailer. Cheers. Oh. Now, I don't know about you, but I think Justin got a lot more beer in his cup than I got in mine. Mine's like all foam.
You poured yourself all foam.
I can't even drink it. It's all foam.
It smells malty. I smell a lot of maltiness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's...
Malty, toasty.
Which I like. It's kind of nutty.
It's a solid amber. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
This could be my go-to amber.
It's almost as light as that golden was, but with more of that malty, nutty, brown flavor.
Tastes very
flavor. It's color.
Reminds me of fall. Which of these is not a type of hop? Millennium, Tomahawk, Pilgrim, or Victory?
Millennium.
You are incorrect.
Yeah.
It is Tomahawk.
Yeah. Okay. So far, this is based on 2 beers of Colorado Native. While their beers aren't as creative as I've seen in some other breweries, like in terms of weird flavors and surprises, they're extremely solid. Tasty.
We've got West Slope IPA. It's an IPA, so clearly it's all about the hops.
Hoppity hop.
Hoppity hoppity hop. It's made with only Colorado grown hops from the Western Slope. What do you think of IPAs generally?
Not my favorite.
Yeah.
The whole craft brewery thing sort of took off in the early 2000s.
Yeah. I feel like it was all about IPAs.
It was all about IPAs. It was all about the hops. I am a little over IPAs. They're intense.
The IBU on this one is 52. I think the last one was 38. Should I pop the top?
Pop the top, please.
I like them occasionally. They're like a party on the tongue.
Oh.
Yay!
2
Score!
points.
I really like the foam on this one.
I love the smell of IPAs. If IPAs were all about the smell, they would be my favorite beers.
Well, they smell like hops, and hops smell delicious. It doesn't smell as strong as a lot of hoppy beers.
Daisy Cutter was the first IPA I ever
In Chicago.
tried.
What was the name of that brewing company? Half Acre.
Half Acre, yeah.
Shout out to Half Acre in Chicago.
Woot. Interesting.
It's not very hoppy.
No.
It's a little hoppy. I think in terms of IPAs, for me, it's a failure. Like, I think, well, you mentioned Daisy Cutter. Like, Daisy Cutter is so much hoppier.
I'm getting a whole lot of malt in my hops, and I don't know if I like it. It would not be my go-to.
No.
If I was going to drink an IPA, I wouldn't pick this one. Whereas the other two beers I felt were really classic examples of that type of beer. This to me doesn't taste like a classic
Especially
IPA.
the amber one. The amber one I would choose over multiple amber beers that I've had.
In what year was the beer can introduced? 1905. 1920.
Okay.
1925. Or 1935.
I'm going to go with 1905.
1905?
Yeah.
Incorrect.
Okay.
1935 was the first year that the beer can was introduced. Post-prohibition.
That should have been the clue. Now we've got Colorado Native Mountain Pass Pills.
Pills.
Yeah, for me right now, in the heat of summer, star of the show. This has 5% alcohol volume, lowest alcohol volume so far, I think.
Maybe, I can't remember what the golden was. Pop it, please. If I'm gonna have a beer, it's usually gonna be a Pilsner. I like Pilsners. I like a lot of a lot of Belgian beers. But here, Pilsner. All that bitter, hoppy IPA-ness that was in my mouth is being cleansed.
Now this is strange to me because it is a subsidiary of Miller's Coors Miller, whatever it's called. This Pilsner is better than any of their Pilsners, definitely.
I just like a light, nice, bright beer.
This doesn't taste like seltzer water.
No, it doesn't. It has flavor. It really does. I promise.
Yeah, this could be my go-to Pilsner. So the Amber and the Pilsner, I like a lot.
Yeah.
A whole lot.
I like the golden as well. The IPA, not so much. But that's generally true. So I wouldn't hold that against Colorado Native. But yeah, the Amber and the Pilsner are definitely the best representatives of that genre of beer. Maybe not that I've ever had, but very solid representations of both of those, and I would drink it anytime.
What's your favorite?
Of the four? The Pilsner.
I'm going to go... Now, this is a solid Pilsner, but I have had better Pilsners, I think. The Amber, I think, tops the list for me in terms of Ambers. Like, I can't think of another Amber that I like more right now.
I am fully experiencing craft brew belly. That is the price you pay for delicious craft beer.
Mm-hmm.
Craft beer belly.
According to Food Nation Republic, which nation is the biggest consumer of Guinness? A. Ireland. B. The UK. C. Nigeria. D. Cameroon.
Guinness is brewed in Ireland,
It
right?
is. Yeah, I've actually been to the brewery in Ireland. That was before I met you.
Ooh la la. Fancy, fancy.
Tastes better in Ireland, actually.
Did you drink it warm?
I think I did. Yeah, it was delicious. Yeah.
Warm beer. I don't get it.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm going to go with Ireland because that makes sense and it probably means it's wrong.
It totally makes sense, and it totally is wrong.
Of course it
It
is.
is B, the UK. Well, now that I'm all beard up,
Yeah.
I'm kind of feeling like shaving the beard off.
So you bearded it up,
I bearded up.
and now you're gonna bearded it down.
Grown it for several months. And I don't really like how it comes out on the sides. So I think I'm just drunk enough.
Pretty standard that when you
Get drunk, you shave your beard off.
yeah. It's like some ancient Nordic tradition.
Yeah,
believe so.
I think so.
Will you let me shave your beard?
You can, I guess you can shave it, but you can't touch a stash.
Do my best.
Okay.
It's happening. Tell me if I kill you. Oh boy. Oh, so much. So fuzzy.
I feel like this should be an ASMR video. Well, look.
Ta-da!
If you think I look dumb, hit that like button and subscribe.